7500 is directed by Patrick Vollrath. It stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it's an Amazon Prime film. Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this film plays a pilot. He's about to fly from Berlin to Paris. As he's doing a routine checklist with his co-pilot, all of a sudden, some terrorists run into the cockpit of the plane, holding everyone hostage. After they've realized that they've been taken over by terrorists, the terrorists start making demands to fly the plane to a certain area. I won't spoil too much in this, but this movie's kind of like Air Force One. It's, a terrorist hijacking. You've seen it before, but you haven't seen it in this light. This whole thing takes pretty much place in the cockpit of the film. I will say that the trailer is not really manipulative on this one. What you see is what you're going to get in the film, so if you think it looks pretty good, it's, I'll tell you in the end, it's not bad. So basically the plane gets taken hostage and Joseph Gordon-Levitt has to make really harsh decisions. I will say that the first 2 acts of this movie are solid and on point. They are good. It's the 3rd act that takes a massive dive. I think the thing I appreciate about this film is the grounded reality of his situation. Granted, he had to make some dumb decisions that a real person would usually do, but we're not, we can't think of what everyone would really do. Some people would react differently than others. You got to remember that the movie's got to do something to keep it going, so I understand why these decisions were made. I just thought one of the decisions, I won't spoil it, was just too far for realism for me, and I was like, and that's one enjoyable aspect of this film, is you can put yourself in his shoes and you can determine, hey, this is what I would do, and then you have to watch this unravel and watch his decisions, and you might disagree or agree with what he's doing. But that's one of the fun things about this movie, is there's a lot of room for your own perspective. The 3rd act, though, got very slow. It tries to get all sympathetic, and it just did not work for what they were going for. Would I spend $15 to rent this? No, it's not worth that price tag. It's much cheaper. It's more of a lower budget film, you can tell, because it's one set location, but it had a great performance by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it was really nice to see him again. He's been absent for a very long time, and I personally think he's an underrated actor, and he needs to get more spotlight because he's a very good actor. Edward Snowden was one of his best performances, and that was his last performance before this movie. If you haven't seen Edward Snowden, that's one you got to check out. His performance in that is really good. I'm going to grade 7500 a C+. That's my review for 7500. Like I said, I recommend checking it out. It's definitely worth a watch. I gotta say, you don't want to miss my next review. I watched something that is brand new and I have so much to say about it. I do not want you to miss it, so please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see when that review comes up and you are notified, because you're not going to want to miss it. I'm going to catch you movie fans on that review.